Comfort never built a man worth following, but you know what did? Pressure. Oh my God, look. I just finished the hardest thing that I've ever done, which is the unforgettable 50. My 50-day system to rebuild discipline, mindset, muscle, and focus. 5 rules, 50 days, but the thing is, if you miss one, you have to start back to day 1. So I'm gonna show you exactly how it works so you can copy it, change your life in only 50 days. I grew up in St. Louis, and it seemed like every late night I would end up drinking Hennessy, playing Call of Duty or Rocket League, scrolling on Instagram, and waking up late for my job at Verizon every single day. But then at 21, I ended up losing my dad and some other family members. And this made me lose every bit of standard that I held in my life. I wasn't failing from a lack of potential, I just had no operating system. So I built one, and 50 days later, I ran it without excuses. Let's break down the 5 steps to an unforgettable life, starting with rule number 1, which is 9 p.m. and 5 a.m. pairing. Every single night, I plan my next day at 9 p.m., but then I decide to wake up at 5 a.m. every single day at the same time. And if I snooze, guess what? I have to reset that 50-day limit. So that's the one accountable thing that I held myself to. What makes it easy for me is using a sleep app to make sure that I'm getting wave noises before I go to bed, but then also putting my phone across the room. This has helped me so much because it not only locks in my circadian rhythm, so now when I wake up, I have the energy to record YouTube videos right when I wake up, but it also gives me sharper thinking before the world even wakes up. Rule number 2 is gonna be the morning 4 cores. These are gonna be the 4 things that I use to get myself into a flow state every single morning. The first thing, 32 ounces of water and sea salt. Every single morning, I rehydrate and I get my electrolytes because that's what's gonna fuel the energy that I need in the morning. After that, it's 10 pages of reading, 10 pages of mindset, skill development, something to push me to the next level. After that, I get my brain moving. So I play a game of chess. I play a game that is logical, that is focusing on training my brain. That is what I do. And then once you've completed your water, you've read, you've done the chess game or the logic game that you set up, you need to take 5 minutes of your day and pray or meditate. I always tell everyone that you need to have a higher figure in life, someone that governs your life. That way, not only you have more morale, but you're able to do so much more in life once you realize that there's a higher power above you and that you're doing all of this for a reason. And what are the results? I not only get the energy of calmness in the morning, but I get sharper thinking every single morning. Rule number 3 is gonna be short frame hypertrophy. Every single week, I focus on 4 days where I'm lifting and 3 days of active recovery. Those 4 days of lifting, it's push, pull, legs, and then reset or rest. And then I do an upper and lower body day, and then another rest day. But every single week, I used to train 5 hours or 5 days for 2 hours each week and waste so much time. But then I realized you don't need that. I only lift for 45 minutes per week or per day. And each week I only do 4 days of lifting. But one thing that I make sure I guarantee that I do is progressively overload not only the weight, but the reps. Everything that I'm doing inside the gym, I'm slowing down all my movements and I'm focusing on progressive overloading to build muscle without completely hijacking my day. Rule number 4, advanced scheduling. And it's funny, this is rule number 4 because this is my 4x4x4 method. This is every single night you're waking up or you're writing down, every single night you're writing down 4 daily non-negotiables that you are gonna do tomorrow. 4 things that no matter what happens, no matter what comes up, you are gonna knock out. This could be a workout, this could be a 1-hour deep block session, this could be eating all your meals, but 4 things that you are gonna knock out and it's a non-negotiable. And then each week, you need to be setting up 4 needle movers. 4 things that are gonna push your business or your life to the next level. Things that might be taking some time to complete the task, but you have to delegate that time to complete it. And then the last 4, every week I make sure that I'm getting 4 hours of deep work per week, turning my phone off because I know the results are gonna stack. Next thing you know, the time that I'm spending, I'm turning that chaos into controllable blocks that I'm able to push towards where I wanna be in life. Rule number 5, this is the last rule and it's probably the most important one if you wanna focus on muscle building, which is input protocol. Making sure that you are getting your fuel before the feelings come in your life. What I noticed was The reason that I would drink alcohol, the reason that I have ultra processed junk food is because I was caring too much on my emotions. And now I don't care about my emotions. I eat for sustainability. I have no alcohol, no ultra processed junk food, and that's what it is for 50 days. But once you cut out that, you then need to stack that by having your protein by noon, by having delayed caffeine for 90 minutes when you wake up. And not only that, but cutting the caffeine at 1 p.m. Because if you cut that caffeine at 1 p.m., now you have the energy to kill the entire day. And who wouldn't want that? Are you lost in a routine? Because if so, run the rule of 5. 9 p.m. with 5 a.m. pairing, your morning core 4, your short framed hypertrophic lifting, the 4x4x4 method, and then food and drink input energy optimization. Hit those 5 anywhere. Hotel, beach, airport, out of country, and your identity will hold. You don't need a new life, you just need a system that works. In 50 days, I slept better, I looked harder, I worked smarter, and I respected myself 10 times more. And I promise you, if you copy this, you'll feel it in 7 days, but you'll see it in 21 days. Start today. Comment your start date and the 3 rules that you're committing to first. I'll check in at day 7 and see where you guys are at. But if you want me to tailor your life, book a call, link in the description. I'll map out your schedule, your training, and your desired lifestyle in 30 minutes, and we'll build the roadmap to get there. This has been Jonathan. Be prepared for a few more videos in this environment, and I'll see you boys in the next one.